What's up, everyone? Welcome to Riff On This, candid conversations behind the music in Florida. And if you know anything about Florida and music, you know that this is a big old state and we have a ton of talent. But we're here for all of the amazing stories and juicy details flowing behind the rhythms of all the genres here in the Sunshine State. I'm your host, Samara Kokinas, taking a break from the weather to catch a musical vibe with you. Welcome to Riff On This, everybody. So today I have the pleasure of having Joel de Souza in the house. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you.
You know, many people don't know, but you're a pretty big promoter here in Orlando.
I'm trying.
I'm doing what I can. But your origins are not from here.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And yeah, like you said, I'm a promoter here in Orlando, but I'm not from Orlando. I'm from Africa, specifically Ivory Coast, West Africa. And I've been here for the last 20 years, and I think I'm calling here home now.
Yeah, I think you can call yourself a Floridian now if you've
Of
been
course,
here 20 years.
definitely.
So, so I know you do a lot of promotions. I've been to several of your events. They're amazing to really go and experience because it's got a really different vibe to it. So it has everything to do with the way that you grew up. So tell us a little bit about, where you're from, how you were inspired to get into entertainment, and where it's carried you so far.
Like I said, I'm from Ivory Coast, West Africa, and I came here after high school. And when I got here, I started doing like little house party in college and stuff like that. And the house party started to get a little bigger. And we was like, okay, let's take it to an event center or a bigger place. And from there, we saw the response, and the response was like just incredible because there was a void for international students and people coming from Africa that wasn't able to actually be able to hear the music and stuff like that. So there was a void that we was able to fill. And that's how I got into it. And I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. So I can get people around, and at the same time, I can make a little money. So
You need that in college.
I did that in college. So I was like,
Can't be broken eating ramen every night.
No,
That's for
not
sure.
at all. So that's how I got introduced as far as the entertainment part of it. And I learned along the way and tried to develop and add more things to it. And then that's where we are right now.
But I mean, your family has always been kind of rooted in music, right?
Yeah, definitely. My family's definitely been rooted in music, not only in African music, but also in Spanish music. My parents was like deep connoisseur of salsa music. So I grew up around salsa most of my life.
That's why we're going to call you Joel de Souza today. Joel.
So I love music already. My dad had a lounge as well too, so he was playing salsa music, since I was little. So I was able to actually gain a little bit of the love for putting events and getting people to dance and having this ambiance and stuff like that and this atmosphere. So I got that already from my parents. And so being here without them, it was easy for me to be like, okay, let's put an event together. I've seen that all my life. I've seen my parents doing parties and lounge events all my life. So it was easier for me to do it because I had already the mechanism going. So.
Yeah. So you said, you listen to a lot of salsa, merengue, right?
Yes.
So, but when people think about Africa, that's not what comes to mind.
No.
Tell us a little bit more about like the culture itself, especially where you grew up.
Yeah. The thing with Africa is that we've been colonized by so many different European countries, and the influence of other countries, we have adopted that. So for the Spanish part of it, there's a lot of countries that's been colonized by the Spaniards at the beginning. So we adopted their music as well. But we also have our own music that we develop with times. And so it's a big melting pot. But when people are looking at Africa, they don't think about other influence that can come from Western world because they feel like Africa is the mother of the world, but we also have influence other that came from different colony when there was you know coming to make us an independent countries. So we actually took a lot from them and from us, and we created our little concoction.
See, that's beautiful. I love it. But when you're really thinking, nowadays you hear a lot of people say the word Afrobeats.
Yes, yes.
There's more to it than just Afrobeats.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Afrobeats, like right now, when we talk about Afrobeat, everybody's thinking about music that comes from Africa. But Afrobeat is generated from Nigeria and Ghana. So it's a mix of both of their music that created Afrobeat. And the new generation was able to take that music to another level by mixing it with R&B, reggae, hip-hop. And then now everybody's looking at it as a new genre of music called Afrobeat, and that's a genre that I'm very proud of. And most of my events are centered around that type of music because that's where we're from, and that's a new generation because we was able to actually tweak it and make it people loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've also heard it referred to as highline music as well. So is that another specific area, or is that just another
Highlife music?
Highlife, yeah.
Yeah, Highlife music is from Ghana. And that's good that you know about Highlife music.
I got a whole playlist, actually,
a lot of people don't know about Highlife music. I'm very impressed that you know about that.
Give me some dap, because I deserve that one right there. You're like, wait a minute.
Highlife music is kind of like the root of Afrobeat, basically. Highlife music is from Ghana, and the person that actually started the whole Afrobeat movement, his name was Fela Kuti, and he actually was a Nigerian artist that went to Ghana and used the highlife music and mixed it with funk and jazz, and they created Afrobeat. So highlife music is definitely the root of Afrobeat. So yeah, kudos to that.
Well, it just has such a really it reminds me, that specific type of music reminds me of being like brunching on a rooftop. It's got such a cool beat to it. It's very easy listening, but at the same rate, it has that just, I don't know, it has that flavor to it that makes you feel like, yes, it's going to be a good day.
That's the thing, high life. They'll give you the life, and then you're just high on life and good vibe, basically. I love that genre of music. It's very calm, very soothing. A lot of beats, a lot of drums in it, a lot of guitars and saxophones and stuff. So I love that type of music.
It's very swanky. That's the word I was looking for. Very swanky.
That's the word for it as well.
Definitely see, corporate events, utilizing this music and not even know it. That is high life music, and that originated in Africa, because it's just such a, I don't know, you just get a calm, cool, relaxed vibe with it, and it's wonderful music.
That's so good that we're still talking about it, because those type of music is music from the 60s.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know 60s. That's a vibe.
So that's so cool that 40 years, 50, 60 years, we're still talking about that. So that's very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, you've been doing events. We all, if you haven't been to one of Joel de Souza's events, I highly recommend it. There's Afro Love.
Yeah.
There is Taste of Africa, which I did not get to go to. I was working, but it's okay. I will make another time, because I have a feeling that event is definitely going to make a comeback.
Definitely. Yeah. You're right. Definitely for the Taste of Africa, we're definitely gonna make another one. And the Afro Love, which is a party centered about Afro music. So we do play Caribbean music and everything, but we center more about the Afro music. Just again, like you said, to fill the void, because in Central Florida, we have so much different culture, but we don't have much of that Afro vibe. So that's to fill that void as well, too, that we started the Afro Love Party. The Taste of Africa is almost the same. The only thing is just that we're adding food, which
you can never go wrong with. You can never go wrong with.
So we added the food aspect so people can taste Africa, basically, and then we added the vendors aspect when people actually bring the clothing and everything that comes with the culture. So putting all this together as a big event and festival, that's what we started to do with the Taste of Africa.
But you had like some amazing performances. I saw drums with amazing, like authentic costumes. Like I wouldn't call them costumes, actually. I would call them attire more so than anything, because it was dope.
Thanks. I mean, there's a lot of people here that do Afrobeats, people that's trying to get there as well. So it was easy for us to contact those people here, because we do have a lot of people here in Central Florida. I love Orlando because there's so much culture here, and you will never know. And I'm so glad that you're doing this show to highlight that, because there's so much music and culture in Central Florida. So when we started doing those type of events, it's easy for people to branch out because they're here. They hear it, they just need a platform, basically.
Absolutely. So I specifically remember this one video that you had on your Instagram story, and there were drum players, and then this big, like, oh, it was so cool. Tell me what it was specifically, so I don't mess it up, because I don't want to say, I mean, it looked like a big mask, but it was so cool. What was that?
It's a mask. It's actually a traditional mask from Ivory Coast, actually. Wow. So shout out to the country. They came and support. It's actually a traditional mask that comes out in the village when they have ceremonies, like when they have like big ceremonies with the chief and the village. People come out to actually watch those dances. So those people they have to be initiated. They have to know how to dance those moves, and they have to put like an old mask on where they cover the whole body and everything, and they have to dance on the drum and certain rhythm that they know of. And that was cool that we was able to put it out there so people can actually see it, because those are things that you don't see on a regular unless you actually go back home in those villages to see that. So that's why we put it out there.
What type of ceremonies do they usually bring that attire out for?
Depending. They have like a ceremony for the woman, kind of like when the ladies pass the cap of 15 to 16, or
sweet
the
16.
like sweet 16, or like the
or quinceañeras.
Exactly, like getting into the another part of life. They do have those dances that come as well too. Sometimes they do have because some religion will think have different way to worship. They'll worship like a god of the sun or the god of the water or something like that, and they will come out as well at those moments to actually do those type of ceremony.
Wow. So would you see a different type of like ceremonial like performance like that for weddings and for children birth and
stuff like that. Yeah, they will have a different one, actually done by different type of people. Sometimes might be some women that actually do those ceremonies. Sometimes might be some men. So depending of weddings, it will be totally different. They will have different chants. There will be different screaming noise and pursing noise that they shout out. So, awesome. So they have different way to actually put ceremony out there. So yeah, definitely.
Well, I just thought it was really cool because this whole event, even though I didn't get to go, I lived through your Instagram story. I stalked you, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching it, I was just like, wow, because you felt immersed in the culture itself, and that is like taking a little mini vacation in Orlando.
Yeah, that was the point. That was definitely the point. The point was to actually bring people to the culture and enjoy and see something different that we don't see in a regular, like I said before. That was definitely the point, to be able to bridge the culture, bring the gap between the different culture and get people to see something different. And then maybe they will also say, okay, one day I'm going to go to Africa and see it from my own eyes. You never know.
Right. That's always been like a bucket list item for me is to definitely go and check it out. I almost got the opportunity with my brother-in-law. He was going to get married Cape Town.
Oh, okay, South Africa.
And then they decided to have a wedding here because everybody in the family wanted to go. You know, Jamaican weddings are usually very large. So, you know, they didn't want to leave anybody out. So they didn't do it. And I was like, man, that would have been so much fun, you know?
Still go.
Yes, definitely. I have to make a point to go. But, you know, you actually went back. What was it, a couple summers ago? Was it a couple summers ago?
That was last summer.
Last summer.
Last June.
You know, the pandemic has really ruined my sense of time. I don't know when anything is anymore. What day is it, you know?
Me too. I forget everything.
But you know, you actually took DJ Nasty and DJ Walgie to Africa.
Yeah.
So you took a little bit of
Florida.
Orlando.
Yep, over there.
Or in Florida because Walgie's in Miami, but you took Florida to Africa, and you've been bringing Africa to Florida, and I love how you're bridging those two cultures. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about the event that went on that summer, because I, again, was living through your Instagram story. Like, man, this looks so amazing. It was a whole weekend, right?
Yeah, it was a whole weekend. Like I said, like you said, we took Nasty, DJ Nasty. Shout out to DJ Nasty, always representing Florida to the highest level.
Absolutely.
In Orlando, actually. And DJ Walgie. And we went to Ivory Coast, where I'm from. And
Walgie's from Africa as well. I didn't mean to.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, he's also from Africa, from Angola and
nice.
Cape Verde. Shout out to those two countries too.
Hey.
And basically we went there and we had like a weekend event that we was putting together for a vodka company that was launching. So they wanted, you know, my expertise as far as like who should come with me and stuff like that. And they contacted me and they wanted Nasty, and I took Nasty there.
They wanted the best.
We're the best, right?
Exactly. Another one.
So they wanted him there, so we went there, and that was their first time in Ivory Coast. So I got to host them in my birthplace and show them around a little bit, and you know, be a guide. But that was great because I was able to show them where I was from, where I grew up, so they actually see, you know, where I come from and why this is so dear to me when I come back here and I do those events. So they was able to actually see that as well too. But that was a great event. We had so much fun. We did so much events.
A lot of people came through, right?
Oh yeah, and they know Nasty over there too. Yeah, he's well known. He's an international DJ. Everybody loved him over there. So, and he was playing African music. He was playing Afrobeats too. So shout out to him for doing that as well too, because he didn't just go over there and play all the hip hop music. He went over there and made sure that he was able to play also music from the country. So he gave them that type of music and also blend it with the hip hop scene. And we, you know, as over there, we love everything American, so that was easy.
Yeah, the crowds though, whenever I saw, I mean, you guys were, okay, first of all, a party in Africa is not like a party here, okay? There was no last call at 1:30, sir.
No, we go to 7 in the morning.
7 in the morning. And it started at what, like?
It started late though. It started at midnight. It started at midnight. The party started at midnight.
The pre-party though started at like 7.
The pre-party is all day anyway. So, but the party itself, like even me, like I've been home, but I haven't been out there like that. So even me, it was a little shocking to start a party at midnight because nobody will come to a club until it's midnight. That's when the party starts. But yeah, it's a different type of party. It's all the way till the morning. And then,
I remember seeing the sunrise in the videos and I was like, wait a minute, the sun rising? It sounds like you guys were partying down in Miami, you know, a little bit, or Vegas. Vegas doesn't sleep.
Exactly.
But
Africa doesn't sleep neither.
So if you wanted to go to the Vegas of, you know.
of the world, go to Africa.
Just go to Africa. They don't stop. I think that's really cool though, because it's a different experience. And
it is.
and you guys still had a decent crowd.
Yes, we did.
7 in the morning.
Oh yeah, they used to it. It's the way of life for them. It's not a problem for them at all. I was tired. I was ready to go home, but that's how they live there. It's like the party starts super late and early in the morning. They're still there partying.
So what are some things that, you know, people can expect from you? I know you do Choosy as well. Upscale. Oh, I love Choosy. Just because it's so upscale. It's so nice. You know, people don't have an opportunity, unless you go to, a bunch of like galas and whatnot. But I mean, this gets you dressed up, and boy, do people show out. I love it.
I love it. I love fashion. I love dressing up as well too. I just felt like, again, like I always think that when it comes to event and promotion, is you have to find what is missing. And I felt like that was something else that was missing, where we can actually go to an event where we can dress up and dress nice and enjoy it and get that upscale vibe to it. So basically, that's what we did. It was like, okay, let's do Tuesday, and we got nasty again. You see, I still bring him around all the time. It's like the same people, the same crew. So definitely.
But you also put my favorite. My favorite is Doorman's discretion.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you've had to turn away people.
That's why I said Doorman discretion, so I don't have to do it. So I leave the Doorman to do that, definitely.
Doorman does the dirty work.
He does the dirty work. I don't want to do it. But yeah, Doorman distraction. So make sure that you dress apart, that you don't wear no big baggies and tennis shoes. You can do that any time of the week, just for this event. We wanted to dress apart. So I make sure that the Doorman take care of that.
You came sporting last time at Tuesday. Sir, he said summer is here. We have arrived, and you showed up in this color suit, sir. I mean, it was fly. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. I should have worn that today.
We would have matched for sure, because I was inspired by that suit, actually, when I saw this top. I was like, you know what?
I should have worn my yellow suit.
That is a Joel de Souza shirt. I'm like, I'm going to rock it for his interview. So, no, but I mean, you even have the brooch.
Yeah.
With your initial.
You saw that too. Okay. you pay attention to a lot of things.
I am very detail oriented when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. No, you've worn it on several occasions.
Yeah, I like my brooch on my suits just to give it a little
extra class, a little put your pinky up kind of moment.
Exactly.
So what else can people expect from you when it comes to bridging these two cultures together, and what your plans are for the future?
More of the concert part, because I done some concerts last year, but I want to do more concert here with some big artists from the Afrobeat world that we want to bring here in Orlando. So we're working with a lot of different artists that we want to bring here. So definitely a lot of concerts.
Like who? Tell me the details.
Quiet on this one.
Okay. It's fine.
I'll tell you when we off air.
When you see my flyer, that's when you're going to know Samara.
I'll bring Samara on the concert. She's going to be the one doing some Afrobeat for us.
Yes, yeah. Me.
Yeah, you.
No. People don't want to hear that. Trust me, it is not. It's no bueno. It's not good, so. But I would love to see it, and I'm expecting amazing things from you, and I know everyone else is too. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For taking time out of your busy day to come here today. We really appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So that's going to do it for this episode of Riff On This. Be sure to stay locked and tight. We'll have another episode coming soon. Thanks for listening to Riff On This. A huge thank you to our special guest, Joel de Souza. Be sure to follow him on Instagram at JOWELDESOUZA. You can also find him on Facebook and Twitter by searching Joel de Souza. Don't forget, you can link me on my social media. Just search Samara Kokinis News 6 on Facebook and Twitter. On Instagram, search Samara Kokinis. Before we go, a huge thank you to our behind-the-scenes production team, Derek Mosier, Ryan Haley, Chris Flora, and Joe Grennan. Please take some time to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Don't forget, sharing is caring, so tell a friend about us too. You can find videos of all the podcast episodes on clickorlando.com/podcast. Until next time, friends.